Indices started off the week on a strongly bullish note. All the three major indices from US S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, Dow Jones hitting the record levels here again today, while Germany 40 and FTSE 100 are also likely at record levels here. What to expect now from these five major indices today? Are we looking forward for this bull run to continue? Are we looking forward to fresh highs getting created? Or there is a possibility of a gap filling exercise today. What should be our strategy in order to profit trading? The S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, Dow Jones, Germany 40 and FTSE 100. We're going to see in the same sequence. First the US indices followed with the Germany and lastly UK. Watch till the end. This is the only channel to deliver twice a day updates for the indices. The next one will be released for the US session for US indices. Watch that as well. Subscribe, press the bell icon to get the notifications. Do like, share, and comment. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates and join the channel memberships here on YouTube to support the effort. Let's start. S&P 500 started off on a strongly bullish note, delivering a gap up. We have seen it moving towards the highs at 64.20. Now it is important for S&P to break beyond 64.20, and then we are looking at the next highs towards 64.40 very soon, if not today. Moving averages are looking upward, supportive sign for the further bullishness. Also notice what it has done, the rise, consolidation, and now breaking out. It is possible that it may continue to do so for a while. That is, it may continue to trade bullish for a while. And now the possibility of a gap filling is what you should look at, and hence if you see it is staying below 6408, you can take a sell for 6400, 6390 and 6380 levels. Only bearishness in S&P is if it breaches this zone at 6380, 6360 levels. Stochastic at top, the MACD is rising again, waiting for it to converge or crossover. See, generally delivering waves here, wait for it to cross over and reverse. RSI is staying extremely overbought, which calls for it to reverse as well. Look at 2 hour charts. On the 2 hour chart, see the move is outside Bollinger Bands and hence it is trying to restate itself. See, it has taken the support from 20 period and then this bullish move has appeared. Now it is important for S&P to break this zone 64 2022, and if that is taken, we can look forward to a greater up move here. But remember, it is outside Bollinger Bands and hence the movement is getting you can say of consolidation, and it is possible that it can try to attempt to fill the gap as well. Let's watch out. Stochastic overbought, MACD overbought, MACD rather rising here and it is at the top here. The RSI is extremely overbought. Things are slightly overbought here for S&P, which calls for it to start reversing soon. Let's wait for it to confirm. Right now it's bullish. Also on the 3 hour charts, it's outside bands. This is important. The critical thing to note here is that it has formed a very good support and then this breakout has appeared. Now, my worry point is the movement outside bands here, which calls for it to start pulling back. The stochastic overbought, the MACD rising, and the RSI is overbought as well. Things are slightly overbought. Be watchful on the upside. Look at 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, similar observations. Look at the preceding two candles. Lower highs are there, higher lows are there. Current candle trying to break out. If you see it is staying beyond 64.22, you can buy for 64.30, 64.40, and in fact 64.50, the next target zone. Till 64.50, we have seen very good resistance here for S&P. The stochastic extremely overbought. The MACD is at the top. The RSI is extremely overbought. Again, I am highlighting this fact that things are slightly overbought. Though it is not that it cannot sustain, but it is possible that it should try to retrace a little before giving the next move. Now see here on the daily charts, again taking the support, it is trying to bounce back. Now it has created a very good support at 6300 and 6200 zone. This is the support it has to break on the daily charts in order to confirm the reversal. Look at the candles here. It is outside bands. It has also delivered a gap up. So now possibly forming a double top, it may try to confirm a reversal. Stochastic extremely overbought. MACD is also rising here after the crossover, and the RSI is extremely overbought. Things are slightly overbought. At best, it can stretch the run for the day. But if it stretches the run for the day, tomorrow it may try to retrace. Let's watch out with caution on the upside. Thus, considering this, you can buy at 64.22, expect it to move towards 64.30, 64.40, 64.50. If it trades beyond 64.50, I think 6500 should be there very soon, if not today. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry at 6408, expected to move towards 6400, 6392, 6380. Breaking below 6380 is where the bears are waiting. Expect 6350 and 6300 very soon, if not today, then this week some point of time. Trade accordingly. Let's move to Nasdaq. Tech 100 on the daily chart sees support here from 22,600, and since then it is rising. The bullishness is getting moderate here, and see this is at an extreme here. Now I'll wait for it to stay beyond 23,440 levels, where 23,500 is the first target. And then in fact, see, notice the rise here, the higher lows here, it appears that it may deliver similar size of candle, which means 23,600 cannot be denied here. But I can say that you have to be a little bit watchful here. See, the stochastic is oversold on the daily, and when you see the MACD, this is flat yet crossing over for a buy again, and RSI is overbought. But before we come to the daily charts, let's also have a brief look at the hourly charts here. See the rise sideways movement. Then the rise, possibly it could stay sideways before delivering a breakout. Also notice the move here. The move here is extremely bullish. This is the bullishness getting diminished, and a drop below 23,200 will be a confirmation of reversal as well. Stochastic overbought here. The MACD rising, the RSI is overbought as well. On the 2 hour charts, similar observation, nothing different. See here also seen taking the support from 20 period and bouncing back. Now this is at the extremes of the Bollinger Bands, putting pressure on the bands to expand. Let's wait for it to breach on the upside in order to confirm further rally. Things are slightly getting overbought here for Tech 100, which calls for it to start retracing. Look at 3 hour charts, outside bands here. This calls for it to reverse soon, but right now it is struggling. If you see it is staying below 23 380, take a sell for 23 350, and if that is taken, then 23 300. Now 23 300, 250, 200 are extremely strong support here for Tech 100. Stochastic, MACD, RSI all are rising and all are getting slightly overbought. Coming to 4 hour chart, similar observation here on the 4 hour chart, though it is not that it cannot deliver another strong bullish candle, but what it is doing here, finding it difficult to stay bullish, and yet on the downside I'll say till 23 350 is not taken, you have to be watchful, and till 23 200 it's not bearish, it can bounce back sharp. If you see the stochastic getting overbought, the MACD is rising while the RSI is just entering into overbought zone. Coming to the daily charts, as we have discussed, see higher lows here, couple of steps, and the current candle could be of same size, which means it is possible that Tech 100 might move towards 23,600. But I can say on the smaller time frames, it's getting overbought, and hence it may try to move a little down or pull back a little before bouncing back. But I'll say till 23,200, it's not bearish at all. It can bounce back and recover sharp. So considering this, where you should buy, I'll recommend you to buy if you see it is staying beyond 23 4 24 40 levels. If these two levels are taken, ideally I am looking at 23 500, and then in fact 23 600, the achievable level here. Beyond 23 600 is where real bullishness will be seen in Tech 100, where 24,000 should not be a far target. On the downside, I'll recommend a selling entry at 23 380 levels. Expect 23 350, 300, 250, 200. Below 23 200, it's not going to come back up. Take your trades and positions accordingly. Let's move to Dow Jones. And before we proceed, if you're willing to learn this art of trade, join my mentorship batch. See, it is very important for you to understand the seas before you jump for swimming. Join the mentorship batch today. Do not lose in markets, and do not commit the same mistake which 99% of the people do. First trade and then learn. First learn, then trade. That is the ideal methodology. Reach out to me. My next batch, 34th batch, starts 1st of September. Reserve your seats now itself. Else be a part of my signals channel on Telegram, where trading as per the signals also you can profit. Again, connect with me for queries, and those looking forward to a trusted partner which offers you a swap-free account with lowest spreads and no hidden charges, easier transactions and easier withdrawals from across the globe. You can find the recommended broker link also in the channel and video description. Now see, very important for US30, after the rise it has retraced, it has formed the support at 44 700 600, and now it is breaking out. This is possible that this could be the beginning of a next bull run here in US30, though it is already trading bullish. See the support it has created as 45,040, very strong, and there is a gap to be filled till towards 44 900. You have to watch out. Filling the gap also, it can bounce back. Right now it is consolidating, waiting for the moving averages to climb up. A move beyond 45 100 120 will be a confirmation of a move towards 45 200. Stochastic has cooled down a bit. The MACD is green. The RSI is overbought here. Things are slightly overbought, but it has still got lot much of room on the upside. Look at the Bollinger Bands here getting expanded here, and this is a supportive sign for the bulls. Look at the move here. See, after getting narrowed, again a rise, then narrow, then a rise, then narrow, again a rise. So possibly this could move towards the highs here. The highs here are towards 45 300, 45 500 levels. Stochastic overbought here, while the MACD and RSI is still rising. On the 3 hour chart, similar observation. Only worry point is the move is outside Bollinger Bands, though it is sustaining this. Also, it has formed a very good support now from 20 period and trying to bounce back. Hence, till 44,700, you should not be treating this as bearish at least, and below which till 44,600, we have to be cautious. It is still staying bullish, looking upwards, and on the 4 hour charts, the observation is same here. Yes, taking the support, trying to break out, trying to rise here. Coming to the daily charts, when you look at the daily charts, similar observation here. Notice after the rise, it is retraced. This is a breakout move, and this might continue here for a while. Look at the bands, it has narrowed and now breaking out, which calls for it to start showing a pullback. And as we have discussed, till midweek, it may try to trade bullish before reversing in the coming month. This probability you should definitely watch out for. If you see the stochastic, this is rising. The MACD is on the verge of a crossover, supportive sign for further bullishness. RSI rising. So considering this, you can buy here at 45, 100, 120 levels, expect 45, 200, 300, and then 45, 500 levels directly. If not today, then soon. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry at 45,040, expect 45,000, 44,920, 900, 44,800. If it trades below 44,800, we can expect more bearishness towards 44,720, 44,650, and 44,600. Below 44,600, a greater correction to follow. Take your trades and positions accordingly. Let's move to Germany 40. Now, Germany 40 on the hourly chart, see lower highs are seen here. This is important, and the support it is created at 24,100 and 24,000 zone is important. These are the two key observations. It appears it is trying to stay in zone. The moving averages have crossed over trading bullish, and the support, the first support and the gap filling is at 24,300. Let's watch out here. If it trades now below for 24,440, you can expect it to move towards 24,400 and 350 levels here, and then 24,300, the strongest one. Stochastic extremely overbought. The MACD is rising. The RSI is overbought. So things are slightly overbought here for Germany 40. Also notice after this drop from the top at 24, 600, 650 zone, it is staying in the box, and right now it is positioned well in the box here. It is possible that it can start moving down, but right now the stance is not so aggressively bearish. If you see this is definitely the stochastic is overbought, but the MACD is still having a lot much of room on the upside, and the RSI is staying at the top. On the 3 hour chart, the observation is same. See, it is creating a step. I'll wait for the next candle, and if it starts to move upwards, we can expect it to keep moving towards 24,550 levels possibly. The moving average is staying flat, now starting to diverge. Stochastic overbought here, while the MACD crossing over here again, looking upwards, which suggests that it can move towards the top here, which suggests that it is possible that it can keep moving towards 24, 540, 24, 650 levels here. Yes, the RSI is still rising, and when you see the 4 hour charts, the observation is similar. My only worry point is the box it is trading in. It has to come out of this box in order to confirm a direction. Stochastic overbought. The MACD is starting to rise after the crossover, and the RSI is also rising. Coming to daily chart. On the daily chart, similar observation here. Notice that another important point here is the lower highs it is delivering and the higher lows it is delivering. This is a consolidation here, and the support it is taking from 20 period, it is very strong support now, 24,200, 24,000 zone. The next thing here is look at the formation. See the rise, retracement, rise, retracement, rise, retracement, again trying to bounce back. Hence the move beyond 24,600, 650 is what you should watch out for. This will confirm the next move towards 24,800 and 25,000 very soon. Let's wait for this to break the highs here. Stochastic rising, MACD is starting to diverge, RSI rising. So considering, I'll recommend you to buy if you see it is staying beyond 24,480, 500. This is going to be the first resistance. Even if you see it is staying beyond 24,480, you can initiate a buy, but wait for 24,500 levels, and then 24,540, 550. If these levels are taken, stay bullish for 24,600, 24,660, 24,800 directly. Yes, if it delivers a breakout, it is going to be a stronger one. Right now it is getting slightly overbought here on the smaller time frames, and hence it may try to retrace before rising. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry 24,440 levels itself. Expect 24,410, 400 first, 24,350, 360 second, and 24,300 the third. Very important for DAX to breach 24,300 in order to confirm the bearishness today. Take your trades and positions accordingly. Let's move to FTSE 100. FTSE 100 on the hourly charts, you can find out rise, retracement, support from 20 period, again breaking here. Now it has created a very strong support at 9100 and hit the highs, but I can also see it delivering waves here, so it is possible that it may try to fill the gap moving towards 9140. Also look at the resistance here on the upside, getting strong here at 9170, 72, and that is the only level above which I will recommend you to buy, and it is right now trying to look downwards. I can say you can sell at 91.60, expect 91.50, 91.40 as the first target zone. Below 91.40 stay bearish, possibility of 91.20 exists, and if that is taken then 9100. Below 9100 there is no looking back. Stochastic overbought here while the MACD and RSI both are rising. On the 2-hour chart, when you similar observation getting the resistance from 91.70, 72, it is trying to erase some of the gains. It is possible that it can fill the gap here, moving towards 91.40, 91.20 zone. This zone is pretty strong support. Stochastic overbought, MACD rising, RSI at top. On the 3-hour chart, similar observation here. We have to watch out with caution here. Till 91.40 it has got extremely strong supports. Yes, things are slightly overbought here, and that's where it is trying to erase some of the gains. On the 4-hour chart, similar observation. See, red green, so possibly red, which means it may try to move towards 91.50, 91.40 zone, below which slight bearishness may prevail. Coming to the daily, on the daily chart, similar observation. Notice these two candles are important. See, this is expanding here, but I can say it is very important for it to breach the median here, 91.70 on the upside, 90.80 on the downside. This zone is getting important, and we have to wait for a breakout. And even if it trades below the median, specifically below 91.20, you can say the bearishness is going to increase. Also notice the FTSE100 is trading with divergence from the 20 period, calls for it to pull back, but right now it is not showing any sign. Also, it is trading in this channel where the support till towards 90.50 are pretty strong. When you see the stochastic, this is extremely overbought, the MACD extremely rising, looking upwards, the RSI extremely overbought. Things are slightly overbought here, and that's why I say the up move is going to be tricky and difficult. You can buy at 91 72 levels, expect 91.80, 82 first and 9200 second. Beyond 9200 is where you can see sheer bullishness towards 92.50 very soon. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry now at 91.60 itself. Expect it to move towards 91.50, 91.40, 91.20. Now 91.40, 91.20 itself is a very strong support. Any drop below 91.20 is a clear sign of a move towards 9100, 90.50 and 9000 levels very soon. Take your trades and positions accordingly. Like, share, subscribe and comment. Join my mentorship batch. Join my signals channel. Reach out to me for your queries. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates. And join the channel memberships here on YouTube to support the effort. Thank you. Have a great profitable trading day. See you before the US session with more updates. Thank you.